Guys, this is Rachna. I'm one of the members of Team Savvy Squad, and here I'm going to give a small presentation on dialogue we get off Android. Let's get into the topic. So, before talking about all kinds of what are all the kinds of different types of dialogues it has and how it's been implemented, let's just get cleared with what a dialogue exactly is. So dialogue is usually a small window prompt that appears with any kind of short message in front of any current running activity. It loses the focus on any underlying activity, and though it accepts all the user interactions, right? Yeah. Dialogues are normally used for notifications and also few short activities that directly relate to the application in progress. Suppose if in case an application needs something to be prompted, you can use dialogue in such cases. Yep, that's a quick intro about dialogue, and let's see what are all the types of dialogues we have. There is alert dialogue, progress dialogue, date picker dialogue, and time picker dialogue, custom dialogue. So basically, alert dialogue is a dialogue that prompts the user with any kind of message with some customizable customizable layout, and also with some 3 buttons basically, which lets the user to perform few actions. And the next is progress dialogue, which tells the user about the progress of any state that's been going on. And the next is date picker and time picker dialogue, which actually gives a better UI to the user with its date picker and time picker interface, where you can set the date and time for any application that's been required. And next is custom dialogue. You can use it for any kind of short message display. So let's look into alert dialogue. Alert dialogue is an extension of dialogue class. Yeah, we know. It is capable of constructing most dialogue user interfaces and the suggested dialogue type. I am so sure that all of you have encountered this alert dialogue prompt in any kind of your daily application usage in your daily applications. The notable one is, if your battery goes down, you'll be prompted with your alert, right? That your battery is down, turn on your power saver to continue good, or such kind of any kind of information regarding the battery. That's one of the good example I can say. Okay, next. In dialogues, there are many attributes, or you could say features associated with it. In dialogue, you should have a title and also a content message, or call it a text message. And there are buttons available. Generally, there are 2 buttons available. One is a positive and a negative button, and also there is a cancel. I think it's cancel button. You can cancel that alert. So there are basically 3 buttons available. And also you can also customize this alert dialogue to such that it can hold any kind of list items, checkbox items, or whatever, radio button items. Yeah, so we seen the properties of alert dialogue. So let's see how it will be created. Alert dialogue is created with the help of a builder class of alert dialogue. With that being called, we'll introduce all the necessary alert dialogue properties we needed, and then we'll build that method and we'll show that alert prompt. So typically, you'll create an instance for the builder alert dialogue.builder, and you'll use set message within which you'll give the message that the user has to be warned with or told, and set cancelable false, which is like if the user clicks outside of that interface, that alert box disappears, or in some cases it stays still. it will only close if you give any kind of if you select the buttons. Okay, so if by default it is false, it won't disappear until you select the button. But if you give true, then it will disappear if the user clicks outside of that interface. Then set positive button tells positive button means yes or okay. You can give any kind of text inside it. If you click that button, then it should perform certain activity, correct? So for that you should need to call the dialog interface on-click listener. So it will create an instance of dialog interface on-click listener, and inside that method, on-click method, you will give the activity that has to be handled. For example, on click of this, take this example. Are you sure you want to exit this application? So if you click yes, then it should come out of the application. So the activity has to be ended. Or if the user clicks no, then the dialog can be closed. So you'll specify any kind of workable functionality inside that on-click method. So also respectively there is set negative button inside which you'll give the negative message like no in this case, and also you'll call the instance of dialog interface on-click listener, and inside on-click method give your action that has to be performed. Once you have figured out all the properties, dialog properties, then you have to build that, you have to create that builder and give a show message which will complete this alert dialog. So that is all about alert dialog. Then now let's see about progress dialog. Progress dialog is also an extension of alert dialog class that can display a progress of an activity. See, there are basically two kinds of mode you can use. One is a spinner, another one is a progress bar. It's just an high bar. You can go with any kind of choice. You can go with any kind of option. It's your choice. So the dialog can also provide buttons such as want to cancel a download. It also hold the button. So how will you create dialog? You'll create the progress dialog with the help of progress dialog class. After creating the class, and again you will set few properties like set progress style, which will define the progress dialog style, like if it's an horizontal one or it's a spinner mode. So it'll define your style mode in the set progress style, and it'll give the message that has to be displayed. And yes, like set cancelable is the same as we discussed in alert dialog. The usage is same. So progress dialog was simple, right? Yeah. So next is custom dialog. Custom dialog is like you can create your own dialog with your own message. Like there won't be any standards that has to be followed, but you can just give out any message that has to be displayed to the user with the help of custom dialog, with any kind of elements that you want to embed with. So creating your own custom dialog with the help of custom characteristics, you have to create your XML file and set the layout with dialogs content view and define the content for content view elements, and finally you'll show that dialog. So this is a simple dialog that says hello, this is a custom dialog. So you can you can make it to tell any kind of message that you wanted for your application. So typically you'll go create a dialog instance of a dialog instance from a dialog class, and you'll set the content view, set the title, and inside it give any kind of text you wanted or any kind of image you wanted that dialog to hold, and put show method to prompt that dialog. Yeah, and we are heading to the last type of dialog. It's date picker. Date picker is a predefined UI control and allows the user to select the date. This is a typical example of this is how the date picker looks like. Well, now it has a different UI. As discussed, it also has certain methods associated with it. Date picker has date picker dialog, you can get the date, day, month and year of the year easily. And there are also two modes available. One is spinner and other one is calendar view mode. So date picker can be called in XML part in your UI view, or it can also be called at any particular point where it has to be prompted in your in your main activity of Java. So when you're choosing to call it with the help of Java class, then you have to use the calendar instance. With the help of calendar instance, you can easily get the day of the day, month and year. After getting all of these, now you call your date picker dialog. Use date set listener to invoke a method on date set, which will get all of your year, month and day and put it in the view and put that into the user view. Finally, .show method will help the dialog to prompt. Similarly, time picker is also so similar with that date picker. In time picker, as date picker, there are two modes available. One is spinner mode and the other one is a clock mode. As date picker, you can also call the time picker in your Android XML layout, or you can also call it in the part of application where it has to be prompted with a hard-coded code in Java class. So similar as discussed for the date picker, in this case also you have to get the instance of the calendar, and with the help of calendar instance you can get the hour and minute used. Even you can get the seconds also, and then you have to get it call the instance of time picker dialog. Then after creating an instance, to put the time into view, you should use time picker dialog on time set listener, which will put the collected time, collected hour and minute into the user view. And finally, .show method will help will enable the prompt. So that's so important. So yeah, that's all about dialogues. Thank you.